Hi, Kevin here. Well, for dinner tonight, I'm fixing some bone-in, skin-on chicken thighs that I'm going to stuff with some fresh, fragrant sage leaves. And on the side, I'm going to serve some roasted ribbons of cabbage. Cabbage becomes very sweet in the oven. And also some medallions of sweet potato. It's a dinner that you might like to try someday. All right, so the first thing we need to do is shred the cabbage. And I have just a small Savoy cabbage here, but any green cabbage would do. And I have cut out the core from each half. Then I'm going to just shred it with a knife. And then I will finish shredding the cabbage and then come right back. All right, my cabbage is shredded and I did put it on this large baking sheet. My sheet is lined with aluminum foil, but that's just for easy cleanup. You do not have to line your baking sheet with anything at all. Okay, now drizzle the cabbage with olive oil. The olive oil is going to help the green ribbons to caramelize in the oven. And I'm going to sprinkle on some kosher salt and some grinds of black pepper. And that's really all the cabbage needs. Then roll up your sleeves and give everything a toss, because you want the cabbage to be coated with the oil and for the salt and pepper to be dispersed. All right, and then I'm going to make some openings for the chicken, although we're not going to bake it right away. And I have 6 small chicken thighs, so I'm just making some openings here. You hold the pan like this so you can see. Then I'm going to set this aside for a moment and we will deal with the sweet potato. Actually, I have to peel it, and then I'll come back. All right, we're all peeled here. And by the way, if you want to make sweet potato medallions, try to buy a sweet potato that is long and tapered at the ends. It's easier to slice, well, it's easier to peel and easier to slice. We're going to slice this into coins. Oh, about anywhere between 1/8 of an inch and 1/4 of an inch thick. All right, we're all sliced here, and I am not going to put the sweet potato coins on top of the cabbage because then the cabbage would not caramelize properly. So I have a small baking sheet over here. Just throw on the coins or medallions and then arrange them in a single layer. Okay, then I'm going to give these a little drizzle of olive oil. Grab my pastry brush and just brush the oil over each medallion. And then, as with the cabbage, some salt. I am using kosher salt. And some pepper. Always freshly ground pepper for me because it has the best flavor. Okay, and then I'm going to set this aside for a moment. Okay, we're going to move on to the chicken, but first I need to pluck some fresh sage leaves from their stems. Oh, I love sage, and it's going to give the chicken thighs this beautiful, smoky, sagey perfume and flavor. All right. Now, to stuff the chicken thighs, let me move you out a little bit. What you do is pull up the skin like this. You might have to play around with the skin to find where it's loose. And then just pull it back, but don't remove it. And then stick a sage leaf on the exposed flesh. And you can do more than just one sage leaf. I'm doing 2 for this one. Let's see, let me find the largest of this group. As I said earlier, these are chicken thighs from free-range chickens. At least I think I told you that. So they are small. But if all you can find are the gonzo size chicken thighs from the supermarket, those will work just as well. Yeah, 2. These are big sage leaves. So just 2, and then replace the skin. And I'll finish filling these chicken thighs and then come back. Okay, all of the chicken thighs are filled with sage leaves. And I did wash my hands, so I'm not going to touch the chicken. But I am going to sprinkle them with kosher salt and grinds of black pepper. And by the way, my oven is preheating to 425 degrees. And I have 1 rack in the center of the oven and 1 rack in the upper 3rd level. Okay, now we have to sear the chicken thighs, so I'm going to move you over to the stove top. All right, we're at the stove top, and I have my large skillet set over medium heat. So now I'm going to add some butter. Oh, about a tablespoon. And then to stop the butter from burning, I'm going to add a glug of olive oil. Going to let this melt. And then I will sear the skin side of the chicken thighs. And I did get wise and put on food prep gloves. And you only need to sear the skin side for 90 seconds to 2 minutes. So we're not actually cooking the thighs yet. We will be finishing the cooking in the oven. The reason that I'm searing the skin side is to not only caramelize the skin and give it great flavor, but also to when you sear the skin, it makes the sage leaves stick to the flesh really well. I'll show you that in just a minute. Okay, it's been 2 minutes. Let's have a look. Yeah, this is what you want. You move the pan over here. So the skin should be lightly browned. Oops. And as you can see, if I can lift this the way I want to, as you can see, the sage leaves are not going anywhere. Okay, I'm going to transfer these over to the cabbage. Hang on. Okay, so now transfer the thighs to the openings you made in the cabbage bed, or the cabbage patch. And there we have it. Okay, so the cabbage and the chicken thighs are going to go on the center rack of the preheated oven, and the sweet potato medallions are going to go on the upper rack. And both will cook for, let me move this up so I can talk with you. Too close, holy cow. Yeah, so these are going to cook for just 25 minutes in the 425 degree oven. The cabbage will turn caramelize. Well, it will caramelize. In other words, it will have crispy edges and be super sweet. And the sweet potatoes will become sweeter still because they too will caramelize in the oven. Okay, so we'll be back in 25 minutes. While the dinner is cooking, we get to relax for 25 minutes. And I just want to take a little bit of time to thank you for watching my videos. I know they are not high quality as far as camera work and sound, but they are very honest videos. And I really appreciate that so many of you have subscribed to this YouTube channel. We're now at over 12,700 subscribers. And my favorite thing, of course, is to read the comments. So if you have a moment, please post a comment below this video. Okay, I'll see you when the dinner is ready. And here's the dinner straight out of the oven. Everything is beautifully caramelized. The chicken that is stuffed with sage leaves, the cabbage, it's crispy at the edge, it's going to be really sweet, and the sweet potatoes nicely caramelized as well, and very tender. I'm going to plate this up and then I'll be right back. Of course, I want to have a little taste for you. So here's a piece of the chicken. Oh, this is always so good. The sage really permeates the chicken, and it's like perfume. There's some cabbage. Yep, very sweet. And the sweet potato. Creamy and sweet. Just delicious. In the comments below, let me know if you might try this dinner someday. I really hope so because, again, it's a super delicious meal and super easy to make. So thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate you spending time with me, and I will see you very soon with another recipe. Bye for now.